All right. 1, 2, 3. And we are up. Hello, hello. Wow, 28 people are already in here. Hi, everybody. How is everybody doing tonight? 29. Wow. Let's see. Ron, hello. Live stream is loading. Maritime history, hello. Henry, hello. Ron, hello. Canolian, hi, Sam. I already have a question for you. Wow, right off the bat. I was wondering if you did your research on the paddle steamer. No, I haven't gotten to that yet. I'm still working on the Olympic series. That's taking all my time. I have one more episode of the Olympic timeline, and then we are done. So after that, I'll start branching out. The next video after the next Olympic video, as voted on the poll topic, is the, oh, shoot. Of course, I forgot something. Be right back. Got it. Took 2 seconds. Ugh. I always have my cell phone with me. That way, another user on here, Penn, helps me monitor the super chats and stuff. So if in case I missed something. How is everybody tonight? Maritime Sam, I ordered your Historic Travels mug last week. I can't wait to get it. Awesome. Thank you. Millie, welcome to the stream. I'm doing good. How are you, Millie? You feeling better? Historic Kid. Hey, Sam, big fan. Thank you so much. Let's see. Okay, here we go. I already have to put on slow mode. I made it a little bit of time this week before I had to enable slow mode, but I have to do it now. So, what's up? 611 Productions. Hey, Sam, it's me, 4014. Holy cow, I haven't seen you in forever. How you doing, man? Let's see. Wait a minute. What's in my pocket? I feel something in my pocket that there were random coins in my pocket. I'm like, why do I feel uncomfortable sitting in this chair? Chippers, hey Sam, having a good weekend? I'm having a great weekend. How about you? Working on, I finally beat a video game that I've been trying to beat for a while. Now I have to beat it 3 more times. The cutting room floor, $5 for super chat of the night. Thank you so much. Hey Sam, I heard the Titanic and the Olympic. Oh gosh. I heard the Titanic and the Olympic were switched, and the Titanic had something called a V-brake. Did you know? Cutting room floor, have you been hijacked by Aaron 1912? Come on, cutting room floor, you know better than this. The Olympic and the Titanic weren't switched. I made a video about that, and the V-brake theory is absolutely ridiculous. So I know you know what you're doing. I know you're trying to troll me. So haha, very funny. And if you're not and you're serious, I think Aaron 1912 hacked your account. Thank you so much for the super chat, man. Justin C, $5. Thank you so much. What do you think would happen to big ships like the Odyssey of the Seas if they hit an iceberg the same way the Titanic did? The Odyssey of the Sea, I know that's a Royal Caribbean ship. Hang on a second. Odyssey of the Seas. I'm not familiar with it off the top of my head. Oh, it's this one. It's the one that's got the big crane on it. Basically, it all depends on how they would hit the berg, you know? I mean, I don't care what ship it is. I mean, and it doesn't have to be an iceberg. It can be anything. It all depends on where the damage is, how the weight is distributed, you know, how the ship lifts and leans. There's a huge variety of factors in any type of ship sinking. It doesn't have to be a modern ship. It can be any ship in particular. So yeah, I mean, the Titanic is just an example of a bunch of really, really bizarre scenarios that kept the ship from sinking. Or that kept the ship from capsizing. But if you want my opinion, I think that any modern ship would capsize, if you want my opinion. Thank you so much for the super chat. Chevy, V-brake, yep. Denny, what happened if Britannic didn't sink? She would probably continue her life, turn into a passenger ship, and then, you know, just be scrapped eventually. I don't know if she'd make it to World War II. The cutting room floor, just being cheeky, lol. Figured I'd troll while making a contribution. I know you would. I knew, you've been around too long, and you know better than all that stuff. So I'm like, if you were anybody else, I'm like, okay, here's somebody who, the fact that you mentioned the switch theory and the V-brake in the same sentence, I knew you were trolling. I knew you were trolling. Let's see here. We got another 5 from Olivia. 5, thank you so much. This is my favorite show on Sunday nights. Thank you so much, Olivia. I am happy to help. Ron, let's make an L-brake theory. L-brake theory. So I guess for an L-brake to happen, the ship would have to be sinking completely vertical, and then she would split and like crack and then go down like that, maybe? There we go. Lee, hey Sam, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you, Lee. Let's see here. Leslie, I heard the Mauritania caught fire in 1921 and could have burned the Olympic down with it if it got bad. The Mauritania caught fire? I didn't even. Well, I'm not a big expert in that ship. Fire 1921. Let's see here. Let's do a quick Google foo. The Mauritania on fire. Here it is. July 29th, 1921. Very interesting. 1921 serious fire breaks out on the Canard liner Mauritania. Oh, wow. There's actually a newspaper. Holy crap. There's actually a newspaper thing here. Somebody is legit selling a newspaper clipping from that fire. Hang on a second. I'm posting that into the eBay. I'm posting the eBay link. Yeah, somebody is actually selling a newspaper link to that article and that fire. Holy crap, that's really cool. I don't know if it's original or not, but I think it's funny that I Googled that and that's what popped up. And here come more super chats while I'm off talking. Let's see, Taylor 5. Thank you so much, Taylor. Hey, Sam, just curious. Do you think you'll ever get the histobrick model of the Titanic? Probably eventually. I still have that Lego train thing that I got forever ago, and I haven't built it yet. My thing with Legos is that I don't really have time to mess with them, but I really do like the histobrick stuff, and I've actually been talking to him. We and him have been exchanging emails back and forth, so maybe some of his products will be showing up on my channel. We haven't worked everything out yet, but we have been emailing. But hey, thank you so much, Taylor. Thank you for the 5. And another 5 from Random, and we have Titanic videos, $1. Thank you. Random 5, thank you. Since ocean liners were built stronger than modern cruise ships, do you think Titanic could survive the damages of the Costa Concordia? No, I do not. Because it all has to do, correct me if I'm wrong, but when the Costa Concordia hit the rock, 3 compartments opened up. The Titanic could only handle the first 4 compartments breached at the very front. So the Costa Concordia, when she hit the rock, she hit right around here. Anywhere else on the Titanic, with the exception of the very front, only 2 watertight compartments could be compromised. So if the Titanic got the same damage of the Concordia, 3 compartments right around here, the Titanic would just roll over and sink. That's what would happen. Titanic was a very well-built ship, but, you know, the only thing that could keep it from sinking in that scenario is if the hull of the Titanic was stronger than the hull of the Costa Concordia, which it very well could have been, and if it didn't get compromised. Maybe the Titanic's hull would have only gotten 2 compartments breached instead of 3, but that's the factor. How many watertight compartments were compromised? Holy crap, here come the super chats. Okay. Blondin 5, thank you so much. Let's hear about the large wave that wrecked the Lusitania's bridge. Okay, you're pulling onto an old memory here. The only thing that I know about that wave, for those of you who don't know, the Lusitania was sailing along and it got hit by a massive rogue wave. I don't think it was a storm. Maybe it was a storm, but this big wave came and slammed into the Lusitania and like damaged the bridge and all that. I remember reading that in the book Dead Wake. I don't remember all the details, but it did happen. Hang on. I don't want to get behind on these super chats. Otherwise, I'd go more into it. Blondin, thank you for the super chat. But you are right. A rogue wave did hit the Lusitania, and it did do some damage to the bridge and stuff like that. And as far as how big the wave is, I can't remember. But I do know what you are talking about. Listen, when I do my new, I'm going to do a new updated video on the timeline of the Lusitania eventually. And I plan to use the book Dead Wake to get all that stuff. Parker, Histobrick is really overpriced. They are expensive, but what you have to remember is that he sources everything himself. Like he hand picks all the materials, all the bricks. Like he gets everything and does everything by hand. So, I mean, what he does to make those models are very tedious. So honestly, I think the high price is somewhat justified because it's not like it's being made in a factory. Trevor 5, thank you so much. Hoping to see a video about the Ocean Ranger disaster off the coast of Newfoundland in 1982. The Ocean Ranger disaster. Let's see. Ocean Ranger disaster, 1982. Let's see what this is. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Ocean Ranger was a semi-submersible mobile offshore drilling rig unit that sank in Canadian waters. Interesting. Interesting. Man, I got to get to some of these oil rig videos. You guys are always wanting me to talk about these. All right. You've earned yourself a spot on the list. Thank you. Whoa, holy crap. Hang on a second. All my other things were up on here. One sec. I've been using my main editing computer has been in the shop for the past week. I just got it back the other day, and all my other documents where I've been editing on my laptop are still here. So I got to close those out. Boom, Ocean Ranger. I got it. Thank you so much, Trevor. Whoa, hold on. Whoa. What just happened? Trevor got that. Okay. 1 second. Whew. Daniel 5. Thank you so much. I just visited the Queen Mary, and they're shooting a TV plot on board. Saw kids dressed up in uniforms, etc. P.S. How do I access the Discord? Seriously? I will be in LA next week. So a week from tomorrow, I'm flying to LA, and I'm planning to go see the Queen Mary. Like, I didn't think I would be able to board her, but I was hoping I could get over there and, just see the ship and check its condition and all of that. Man, if I could get on board, I really hope I can. I don't know how I would. I'm hoping I can go like, hello, and maybe somebody will let me in. But I really hope I can. As far as you're actually giving me some hope if there are still people doing stuff on her. Hang on a second, and I will post a link to the Discord. Thank you for the super chat. You guys are all awesome. Let me get an invite generated for the Discord. 1 second. Whoa. Correction. Invite people. Let's see here. I got to change the link. I'm sorry, guys. Give me just 2 seconds here. No limit. Generate new link. Copy. And I'm pasting the link right now. Boom. There's the Discord link. Bada bing, bada boom. All right. There you go. And thank you so much for the 5, Daniel. Thank you. And make sure you click that link for the Discord because it is set to expire in 1 hour. I need to put a more permanent link up on my community page. Cringy 5, thank you so much. Good afternoon, Sam. Good evening, Cringy. Can you tell me what happened to the funnels on the Titanic after they fell off? I haven't seen any wreckage photos of them. Well, you have to remember the Titanic's funnels were very fragile steel structures. I mean, there really wasn't that much to them at all because they were just designed to get rid of smoke. So when they fell, it's most likely that they stayed somewhat connected to the wreck, maybe. Like, it depends on if any of the cables hold them there, hang on. But honestly, either they were lighter structures. So if they broke away from the Titanic, which is possible, then they probably would have come down and spiraled around a little bit and then landed somewhere in the debris field. If they got somehow underneath the ship, which actually the Titanic would be much heavier, so I don't think that would happen. But roughly, I'd say they just eroded away. They're just very fragile, thin structures. I'd say within a couple of years of them being on the seafloor, they had a structural collapse. Maybe they lasted 20 years. And then, yeah, they just slowly eroded away over time. I believe you can see one of the Britannic's funnels beside the wreck, and it's all collapsed in. I'm actually curious why the Britannic funnels are still there. Probably has to do with the Britannic only being 400 feet down. But yeah, that's why. They were just very thin structures, so, they would not have lasted as long. Here come more super chats. Okay, but thank you for the super chat, Cringy. Chippers, welcome back. 5. Hey, just watched your first vid exploring the Queen Mary. Even then, you disputed content from Bride's Side. Oh my gosh, of course. Do you think the rubbish they post encouraged you to make videos? No, not really. I can't speak for every Bright Side video, but you know what they do is, and I was actually talking to Philip at Titanic Animations about this. Titanic gets attention. Titanic gets views. Titanic attracts viewers. So it's like, what do they have to do to come up with some outlandish thing to get people to click on their video? Because views are how YouTubers make money. And that stupid video with the explosion that sunk the Titanic, which is full of bold-faced lies. That whole video that makes me so mad. Because when they were talking about that passenger who thought it was an explosion, I'd never heard of him. And that was the first video by then I'd ever seen. So I took them seriously. I never thought it was an explosion, but I thought he may have misinterpreted the iceberg impact as an explosion, which is possible. Like, he felt the iceberg impact, thought it was an explosion. But no, that guy was never on the Titanic. That picture they use of his friend was just some other random Titanic guy. They made up something just to get views, and it's yellow journalism at its. Okay, all right. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. Calm. Okay, but hey, thank you so much for the 5 chippers. And what encouraged me to make videos was just I like Titanic, and I just thought I'd give YouTube a try. But no, I do not count my channel on them at all. Okay, I cannot pronounce your name. Timmy, I'm just gonna call you Timmy. Thank you for the 5. Love your work. Thank you. Hey, thanks for the recent Olympic series. Have you or will you do a video on the Edmund Fitzgerald? I did do an Edmund Fitzgerald video, and it's on my channel. It was a long time ago, but yes, I did make an Edmund Fitzgerald video. I honestly think it's one of my better videos. But yes, there is an Edmund Fitzgerald video on my channel, and go check it out. But thank you so much for the super chat. Uncover the news 5. Thank you so much. Wait, whoa. There we go. Idea. How shipping contributed to the spread of the plague, both in the Middle Ages and the 19th. Ooh. Interesting. How the Black Plague spread by the ships and the Ooh. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, hang on. I'm putting that on the list right now. Uncover. How, wait. Okay. Talk about how shipping spread the plague. Thank you so much. That's a great idea. Man, listen, you guys seriously have no idea how helpful you guys are with all this stuff. Thank you so much. Great idea. And the 1900 California plague. Thank you so much, Uncover the News. That's an incredible idea. I will get to that. That'd be a great mix-up, mix it up a little bit. Okay, there was another super chat, and I can't find it. There it is. Boom, we're good. 10 from Olivia. Thank you, Olivia. You should do a video on the American Civil War submarine. Oh, trust me, I'm doing it. The Hunley's definitely interesting. 1863 to 1864. It was a Confederate. 8 people were on it, and it had a hand crank propeller. They raised it back in 2000. Yeah, I'm familiar with the Hunley. I went to see it years ago. It was before they took it out of the saltwater tank. For those of you who don't know, the Hunley was a Civil War submarine. Now, it wasn't the very first submarine to ever be made, but it was the first one that ever sunk an enemy ship. And it was basically a long, a long metal tube that had a propeller, and 8 men would climb in it, and they would, no joke, grab a rod and crank it like this, and that's how they turn the propeller. And what they would do, pretend this is the Hunley, and this is an enemy ship, I'm just using my models for the heck of it. They would attach a torpedo to the very front of the Hunley, okay? And then here's the enemy ship. The Hunley would come up, would surface, head straight for the enemy ship, ram it, and then the Hunley would go in reverse, and there'd be a rope tied to the bomb or the torpedo, and then the rope would pull the trigger, and the ship would explode. And now the Hunley only ever did that one time. It had one successful mission, but the blast sunk the Hunley. So the Hunley sunk itself in the explosion. So there's a lot of debate as to what caused the Hunley to sink in that situation. The Hunley was a death trap. I mean, it went out for a few sea trials, and it sunk several times. I mean, it didn't have very good reliability, but it was an engineering marvel for the mid-1800s. That's all I'm going to say. I mean, honestly, the fact that they could even build a submarine all back then is pretty mind-blowing to me. Okay, what's this? Gordon 5, thank you so much. Sam, we'll be at the Hatteras this week. We'll get video of the only Titanic distress call known to exist. We'll be at the Hatteras? I know I'm not saying that right this week. We'll get video of the only Titanic distress call known to exist. Oh, they must have a document or like one of the Titanic distress call stuff. Gordon, please take a picture of that and please post it to my Discord. I would love to see it. Thank you so much for the 5. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. Maritime history. When the Wright brothers were taking pictures of their plane, we can see the Lusitania in the background. Yes, you can. I'm very familiar with that photo, and that is actually a really, really cool photo. Leslie, the SS Noronic sunk close to the location of where the Titanic would sink 20 years later. Nobody knows what happened. I'm not that familiar with the Noronic. I'd have to look into it. Oh, geez. Brandon. Hey, Sam, can you do a video on the computer tea disaster? Yes, it was an Apple MacBook Pro 2015 edition, and tea spilled on the computer, and it breached all the watertight compartments. And as the liquid spread around, the sugar fragments inside the tea stuck to the circuitry inside and caused a short and fried the computer. That's maybe I should do a video about that. Let's see. That's going on the list. Second Officer Charles Lightoller. Hello. Let's see, random $2 video idea. What if the Titanic became a World War I ship? To be perfectly honest, that would be kind of a hard thing to do. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. But I imagine the Titanic would follow suit with something like the Olympic, become a troop ship, or maybe she would follow suit of the Britannic and become a hospital ship. I mean, there's not that much I could really do with that idea. I mean, the what if videos, I kind of need something to pull from. And if the Titanic was a ship during World War I don't think there's that much that I could say that would be different between the Olympic and the Britannic, because both of them kind of had all that stuff covered. I don't think they turned Titanic into a warship. So, I mean, it's an interesting idea, but I don't know what else I could do with it that the Britannic and the Olympic haven't already done. So if you want to know what the Titanic would have done as a ship during World War I, look at the Britannic and the Olympic. I think those are our best references of comparison. Thank you for the super chat. Let's see. Show Rosie. I'll show her in a little bit. She's sound asleep in the other room. She had a big walk today. Zachary, Sam, make the final plunge into Lusitania, but play the Lusitania game. Like how you did the Britannic, you play Britannic Patron of the Mediterranean. Well, if you're talking about that, the Lusitania game isn't out yet. However, I do have on my computer a Lusitania sinking demo. So there's a guy, Tom Linsky and his team are working on a Lusitania game. And the guy who made this demo, basically, he's working with Tom Linsky now on a full version. The version that I have, I mean, only one guy made it. I think it's very impressive for one guy, but it's got bugs and stuff. And I mean, I guess I could use that and do like maybe a gameplay or let's play. The only video I've ever done sort of like that was my Titanic VR video forever ago. But maybe interesting idea. Mr. Lusitania, what if Titanic was a ship in World War I and struck a mine torpedo right where the Britannic struck? She would sink. The Britannic was designed to have more damage than Titanic and survive, and she sank. So if the Titanic had the exact same amount of damage as Britannic, she'd sink. She would go down. Let's see here. April, video idea. What do you think if the Titanic never happened? What if the Titanic never sunk? There'd be a lot of hypothesizing in that, Here's the thing. If the Titanic never sunk, great idea though, April. You know what? I'm putting that on the list. That's a really good idea. Let's see. What if Titanic never sunk? Like it very much. Thank you so much, April. But here's the thing to remember. If the Titanic had never sunk, I think something Titanic level would have happened at some point. Something would have happened to get the laws on lifeboats and everything else changed. But I don't know if it would have been as dramatic of a story because the Titanic's just weird. The Titanic is you had the biggest ship in the world, people from all corners of life and all corners of society. And then you have this ship that sinks so slowly that you have time for all this stuff to happen. So I think the laws would have been changed eventually, but I don't think it would have the legend like the Titanic does. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. Good question, by the way. Let me see here. Isaac5, thank you so much. Hey, Sam, have you ever seen the Poseidon Adventure or the remake? I've seen the remake. At least the modern Poseidon, the one that came out in 2006, 2007. I've seen that one, but I have not seen the original. I have been meaning to watch it. I just have not yet. Thank you so much for the 5, by the way. Man, I'm thirsty tonight. Thank you so much for the 5, Isaac, and I do need to watch those, but the more modern one is a good one too. Chippers, $2. Thank you so much for the Ice Mocha Fund or Dog Treat Fund for Rosie. Thank you so much, Chippers. But believe it or not, I'm actually having trouble finding mocha. There wasn't any at the grocery store last time I went, and there was none at the I couldn't even order any on Amazon. Now, I did find some eventually, but it's like 2 or 3 weeks backward. So I'm like, maybe there's a mocha shortage, or maybe Starbucks isn't making as much. I don't know. But I was definitely sad when I usually go to the grocery store once a week, and I went there and I'm like, no mocha, sad face. Let's see. It's the Epic Dog 5. Thank you so much. Wow, that is an epic dog. But I don't know if it's as epic as Rosie. Hi, Sam. Do you happen to know if HMHS Britannic had a tender? I know the Nomadic and the Traffic were tenders for the Olympic and the Titanic. I could be wrong about this, but I don't think ships had official tenders. I mean, I know that these companies built tenders for their ships, like White Star had their own tenders, Cunard had their own tenders. But I don't think there was ever a tender that was made specifically for a ship. I could be wrong about that, and I've never researched this. This is just me guessing. So if I am wrong, please let me know in the chat. But if the Britannic was ever going to operate as a passenger ship, I figured the nomadic and the traffic and whatever, I think all of those would be, I figured all of those would just, those would be the ships. You know what I mean? I figured they'd be the exact same. But yeah, I could be wrong. If these ships actually did have dedicated tenders, please let me know. But I don't believe they did. No, Sam would not have created a fan. Oh gosh, did somebody make a fan page about me? The Specialist 5, thank you so much. Hi, I don't know if you remember, but the mysterious ship I was talking about was the Mary Celeste. Also, is it true that there was a mummy in a coffin on the Titanic? The Mary Celeste is going to be the next on. Thank you for the 5, Specialist. But there is, I just had a complete mind blank. Hang on. Hi, I don't know if you remember, but the mystery ship, I was talking about the Mary Celeste. Also, is it true that there was a mummy in a coffin on the Titanic? Okay. Yeah, I'm making a video about the Mary Celeste, but no, there was no mummy on board the Titanic. Basically, what happened with that, and I made a whole video talking about that, was that apparently there was this trend in London or in the UK at the time that anything bad that happened in the UK, they blamed it on the mummy's curse. And then there was this writer on the Titanic who survived, and he was telling people about the mummy's curse in London. And then after the Titanic went down, these people misinterpreted the story. And then they said, oh, the Titanic was carrying a mummy and its curse sunk the ship. That's how I understand that story to happen. I could be a little bit wrong on some of the details, but that's how I understand it. But no, there was no mummy on board the Titanic. Vincent, Sam, the video is a bit bad. It's fuzzy. Vincent, just bear with me here, okay? Just the video quality fades in and out. I'm not sure why it does that, but just bear with me. Let me know if it stays bad. Kevin 10, thank you so much. How are you, brother? I'm not bad. How are you, Kevin? Thank you for the super chat. Thanks for the great content. Any thoughts on the Battering Leviathan series? It's a really interesting ship and worthy of your channel. I am not familiar with those at all. Okay, let's take a look here. I am not familiar with those ships in the slightest. Let's bring up this thing called Google. I'm not sure if you guys have ever heard of Google, but it's quite spectacular. The SS Leviathan. Wow, that is a beautiful ship. The SS Leviathan, originally built as a Vaterland, meaning fatherland in Germany, was an ocean liner which regularly crossed the North Atlantic from 1914 to 1934. The second of 3 sister ships built by Germany's Hamburg American Line. Did I just say Hamburg? Hamburg American Line. Huh. Wow, this ship is beautiful. I need to do some research into this. How have I not heard of this? I'm not an expert on the German ships. This is going on the list right now. I am researching this. Thank you so much for informing me about this vessel. Huh, I really need to look into this some more. These German ships are beautiful stuff. Thank you so much for that, Kevin. I really appreciate you, man. And I'm definitely going to get to that. Okay, I see Leslie going, no! What was that for, Leslie? Let's see. Okay, whoa, here come more super chats. All right, every time I start talking about something, there are super chats that I got to catch up on. Okay, there we go on that one. Olivia 5, thank you so much. Should the Titanic have rammed the iceberg head on? If they did, wouldn't that be a bigger embarrassment of the White Star Line? I've talked about that before, and I made a video about it way back when. But here's the thing. Icebergs are very unpredictable, and they're very unstable, and there's many different types. There's some icebergs that are very fragile, and there are some that are very strong. And it appears that the one the Titanic hit was a stronger one. And if the Titanic was traveling at 21, 22 knots and slammed into the berg at that speed, the structural damage to the Titanic would be enormous. You know, just the ship going that fast and like all the weight of the ship suddenly coming to a halt. I mean, I think there would be massive structural failures inside the ship if she would have hit the berg head on. And I think that she just would have dropped like a rock after that. And you also have to remember how many people inside the ship would get hurt from the sudden stopping motion. You know, all the furniture would go flying forward. I mean, honestly, I don't think the Titanic would survive that. If she was going slower, maybe 10 knots or so, I think she could make it. I think she could survive. At 22 knots, yeah, I don't think she would have made it. And honestly, what bridge officer appeared on a ship is going to have a ship ram a berg head on when there's a chance you can miss? I mean, I wouldn't make that call. If I was on the bridge on the night the Titanic hit the berg, I would look at the berg and in 2 seconds go, okay, turn left, turn right. Which way do I go? You know, I mean, it's you make these decisions without even thinking about it. So yeah, that's it. I don't think they would have hit the berg head on, and if they did, I don't think Titanic would have survived. Taylor 5, thank you so much. Just wanted to say that even though it would be a good while before you make it, I look forward to when you make a video on the Oceanic 2. Thank you so much, Taylor. The Oceanic 2, I'm not familiar. Hang on. Oceanic 2. Oceanic 2. RMS Oceanic, Transatlantic Line, Baltic, Celtic. So it's not one of the big four. No, this is I'm not familiar with this one, but hey, I will look into that. And thank you so much for the super chat. I will look into making a video about the Oceanic 2. Thank you so much for the 5, man. Huh, interesting ship. I don't know anything about this one. Very cool. Very, very cool. Brian 5, thank you so much. Keep up the great videos. Thank you so much. I think my favorite part of any of your videos was when you absolutely laid into Scatino. You got fired up. Because it's bull. I mean, seriously. Okay, why do you guys bring it up just to get me to rage? I mean, honestly, it's just like them painting the Olympics grand staircase screen. And who does that? I mean, who? Anyway, I don't need to rage again. But I mean, what kind of captain? Hamburger line. Hamburger line, whatever. But yeah, I mean, what captain does that? You know what I mean? Like, what captain abandons his ship with all those people on board? I mean, honestly, I can take a lot, you know, and I don't mind if people make mistakes. That doesn't make me mad, but it's stupid stuff that really makes me angry. Just like things that when people die and they don't need to die. That's what you get what I'm saying? Like everything that happened to the Costa Concordia was completely avoidable, not unavoidable. Everything that happened to the Costa Concordia was avoidable. And then when this accident happened, instead of acting like a man, he goes back to his room, changes into a suit, and falls into a lifeboat. Okay. Relax, meditate. Okay. Hum. So yeah, you get my point. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Thank you so much, Brian. Gail 5, thank you so much. Hey, Sam, what would happen if a cruise ship heard a general alarm from another ship? Would they have to investigate and help? Yeah. I mean, if another ship heard another ship broadcasting an alarm or something, yes, they would. They would do everything they could to help. That would be something that they would be obligated to do, and who wouldn't? You know, it's just like the Californian. They saw a ship acting weird on the horizon. They saw something weird, and they didn't do anything. You know, it's just like, if you see something weird and you're at sea, go wake up the wireless guy. You know, go wake up the wireless guy. Go investigate. Go see what's going on. It'd be the same thing if they heard an alarm. You know, it'd be stupid not to investigate. So I always go exercise on the side of caution. That's just how I am. Hope for the best, plan for the worst. Thank you for the 5. The cutting room floor 2. German ships were my idea first. Imperator. Floor. Okay, cutting room floor, and I know I didn't say that right, but I will get to those German ships. Don't you worry. Thank you for the 2. Brick Ships 5, thank you so much. Hey, Sam, could I send you a picture of my new Lego ship model on Discord through private message, as it is for my 2K sub special? Awesome, Brick Ship. Yeah, just I don't care if people DM me. It's just hit or miss if you catch me. If you ever DM me on Discord and I don't answer, I'm not ignoring you. It's just I get flooded with DMs sometimes, and the best time to message me on Discord and get me to respond is to message me when I am active in the general chat. I don't usually jump around into the different channel categories on my Discord. I usually just stick to the general chat room. That's usually where I am. Wait for me to be active. If you see me, then message me, because 9 times out of 10, I don't see them. You know what I mean? So that's just it. I'm not ignoring you. That's the best way to reach me. Olivia 5, thank you so much. Do you know why the Great Western didn't have a big superstructure? Every picture of it looks like a hull and funnels. The Great Western, wasn't it that big paddle wheel steamer? Let's see, the Great Western. I know I keep Great Western ship. I know I keep talking about that. I just can never commit it to memory. The SS Great Western. Let's see. Yeah, it was a paddle wheel steamer. Excuse me. But 1838 was the ship. So was this a time before superstructures? Maybe. I'm not, as I said, I'm not an expert on these ships, but did the Oceanic class even have a real superstructure? Hang on. Let's take a look at SS Atlantic. Let me see here. SS Atlantic. I mean, I'm not sure. I don't know if these much of these ships did. Very interesting stuff, though. I'd have to look into this a little bit more, but I'm not really sure. That's a very, very good question. Maybe it was just the period and they hadn't started doing it yet. But yeah, we'll take a look. Thank you so much, Olivia. Thank you for the 5. Did I miss some super chats? It looks like I did. Oh, no. Oh, no. He's back. He's back. I'm back. I will light up your room. Okay, Lamp. Listen, buddy. Just stay calm. Just stay calm. Don't do anything. Don't do anything rash. Don't do anything rash. Ah! What did you do? No! Ah! Lamp, turn the light on. Okay. Lamp, just relax. Just chill. Okay, just chill. Whoa, hang on a second. There we go. That's okay. Whoa, hang on a second, guys. That messed up the camera. Lamp, you messed up my camera. You messed up my camera, Lamp. You got it all foggy. There we go. Better. Good job, Lamp. Good job. Good job, Lamp. Good. Okay, the Specialist 2. Do you think ships in the 1900s and 20s look nicer than now? Absolutely. There's a few ships today that I think they look all right. Like, I like the Disney ships because they have that traditional design. But yes, I do think that ships back then looked a heck of a lot better. I really, really do. Tama, Sam, love the vids. Thank you so much. Everybody blame Lamp for what just happened. Everybody blame Lamp. LMAO, Nate TV. Ah! Oh, that is so funny. LOL. Haha, that's hilarious. Hey, guys, it was Lamp's fault. It was Lamp's fault. He shows up and then all this stuff happens. Lamp, you really caused some chaos, and I know wherever you are in the world, you're laughing your head off right now. So, Isaac, $2. Theory, Titanic sank because of bully? I have no idea what that is. Thank you for the 2, Isaac. Thank you so much for that. Will Overkill, 10. Thank you so much. Thank you for your videos. I haven't been so interested in liners since an old A&E documentary called Floating Palaces. Floating Palaces, where they covered ocean liners from the 19th to the mid 20th, but not in such detail. Thank you so much, Will. That really means a lot. These ships are interesting, These ships are interesting, and it's just cool to learn the history about them, you know what I mean? And I just do my best to make my videos, and it means a lot that people like you enjoy them, because it's because of people like all of you, like everybody watching these chats tonight. It's because of all of you that I'm able to do this for a job. So thank you so much. Caleb 5, thank you so much. Hey, Sam, have you ever heard of the Angels Glow event from the American Civil War? Do you ever plan on visiting sites from the American Civil War? No, I'm not familiar with that. I'm not that familiar with the Civil War, with the exception of the Hunley. Angels Glow Civil War. Let's see here. I'm not too far from Gettysburg. I've been meaning to go up there and visit it. Civil War soldiers and the mystery of the glowing wounds. Huh. I need to research this a little bit. I've never even heard of this. I will read more into this when I get a chance, Caleb. Actually, I'm going to add this to the list. Civil War glowing wounds. Huh, very interesting. This looks like an urban legend kind of thing. Thank you so much for the 5, Caleb. And I am wanting to visit Gettysburg and a few other places eventually. So, hey, thank you for the 5. It means a lot. Okay, am I all caught up here? No, I am not. Let's see. Did I get that 10? Yes, I did. Floating Palace. Yeah, I got that one. And yeah, we're here. Gale 5, thank you so much. What happened to the Japanese aircraft carrier Akagi? And could you do a video on the Battle of Midway or the attack on Pearl Harbor? And are ships safe? I don't know about that ship. I'm assuming it was lost during one of the battles of World War II. I'm not that familiar with Japanese warships, with the exception of the Yamato. But the Battle of Midway and the Pearl Harbor, yes, I am planning to do some videos on them, but more kind of in passing, like not detailed videos of the battles, more specifically like particular vessels of it. The Battle of Midway, I haven't really even considered to do a topic for that yet, but Pearl Harbor I have, more specifically the Arizona. So that's kind of my whole idea, and that's been on the list and everything. But hey, Gail, great idea, and thank you so much for the 5. William, I blame Lamp. It is completely Lamp's fault. That is completely Lamp's fault. Listen, I know Lamp, wherever he is in the world, he is very happy with how his little super chat played out. And like he messed up my camera. He put out the lights, and I mean, Ron, my brother said hi. Hi. Let's see here. I'm all caught up. Mr. Joker. Hey, Sam. Today is my 14th birthday. Happy birthday, Mr. Joker. Everybody, hang on. Mr. Joker Bear. Everybody wish Mr. Joker a happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Everybody sing with me. Happy birthday to you. Everybody wish Mr. Joker Bear a happy birthday. Leslie, when the lamp returns, Return of the King. Oh my gosh. Let's see here. Second Officer Charles Lightoller. Sam, can you do a video about the MTS Oceanus? The crew tried to abandon ship. The MTS Oceanus. MTS Oceanus. Let's see here. Oh yeah, that ship. I always forget that ship. That ship's been on the list for a long time. That is definitely a ship that we are going to cover. Do not worry about that. Didn't the captain tell everybody to call himself God? I feel like that I remember hearing that happen. But yeah, I am definitely going to cover the Oceanus. And just a tip for an upcoming video, I am planning a Halloween special this year. Dun, dun, dun. I'm planning to do an entire video on Queen Mary ghosts for Halloween. So that is absolutely what I'm going to do. And this book has some, I don't know how well the quality's coming through right now, but this book has some supposed pictures of ghosts on board the Queen Mary. Some of these, I question them a lot. Like, I don't know if you guys can see this very well. That looks like a dude's reflection. Like, I don't think that's a good, like, this is supposedly a ghost on the Queen Mary, and that looks like a dude's reflection. I don't really believe that that's a ghost. But there's another here that is definitely, hang on, let me find it. There's one here that is definitely creepy. Yeah, this one is like probably the creepiest photo in the book. That kind of looks like a face in an elevator. I mean, I don't know if this is just weird, like metal and stuff like that, but that kind of looks like a face. Like that's kind of freaky right there. That's probably the freakiest picture in this whole book. And let me think here. And a lot of orbs and stuff like that are in here too. Reflection. Ah, yes, the gray ghost. Wow. OMG. Yeah, there's a lot of creepy stuff with the Queen Mary. But I spent the night on board alone. I spent the night by myself. I walked around the ship at like 4 in the morning, and I saw nothing. I saw nothing. There's just that one video of me in the engine room when there was a king right behind me, so who knows? You know, it's just one of those things. Let's see, Max. Did Officer Murdoch shoot a passenger and then shoot himself, or was that just in the James Cameron film? There are reports of shots fired on the Titanic. More specifically, the reports of the gunshots came from the Titanic's port side near the very, very front of the ship, right around 1:30, 1:50, between 1:30 and 1:50 a.m., somewhere around there. But I'm not familiar with any shots actually being fired from the starboard side, which is where Murdoch was. So, no, I do not believe it was Murdoch who committed suicide. I believe it was Archibald Gracie that said that he saw Murdoch dealing with collapsible A as the Titanic was flooding and going underwater. So, like, he was last reported when the ship was doing its final plunge and submerging. Murdoch got washed away with collapsible A. So, that's what I think happened to him. I don't believe he committed suicide. Let's see here. Emily, they could be the rope snapping from the first funnel. I'm not sure what you're referring to there, but okay. Captain Alex, welcome. Sam, will you make a Halloween special fictional story about the Andrea Doria, like the abandoned ghost ship? Well, Halloween's one day a year, so I am planning to do it on the Queen Mary Ghost. And listen, I'm going to go all out with this. Like, I've got this whole plan to get a campfire going, and then, like, I think I'm going for, like, a real nighttime people around the campfire telling scary stories vibe. That's kind of what I'm doing. But yeah, me and Rachel have already been discussing it, and well, trust me, I got some stuff, and I might shoot some video for it when I come out to LA next week. So if anybody lives in the LA area and wants to come and be a part of one of my videos, please come out to the Queen Mary. I will post I'll put a thing in my community page a couple of days before I get there if anybody wants to come and say hi. I would love to meet some guys. Kevin 5, thanks so much. The Battle in the Finland series will be interesting because of its use as a troop ship during the World War I and its connection to the USS United States. I'm definitely going to look more into that, Kevin. That ship looked amazing. Thank you for the 5, by the way, but that's definitely something I'm going to be doing. I'm definitely going to make a video about that. Thank you so much for the 5, Kevin. You're awesome, man. Wait, hey, Sam. Why were there so... Whoa. Hang on a second. Completely lost it. Oh, no, I completely lost that question. Okay, I was in the middle of reading a question, and that super chat came in, and I lost it. Sorry, man. Caleb 10, thank you so much. Hey, Sam, I believe it was mentioned a while back, but have you heard of the B-17 named Ye Old Pup from World War II? The story of this particular plane is very interesting. I believe we talked about that. Like we were talking about those airplanes like Fifi. Hang on, let me look it up. B-17, and thank you for the 10, by the way, Caleb. Ye Old Pub. Let's see. Ye Old Pub. B-17 Ye Old Pub. Yeah, here it is. As far as what was the other part of that? It has a particular plane has a very interesting story. Very cool. I will make sure this is on the list, and I will look into it when I get more time. I'm not that big of an expert on these. B-17, Old Pub. All right, I will look into that when I get more time. Thank you so much for the 10, Caleb. You are awesome, man. I did watch a video about two B-17s that actually ended up colliding with each other, and like both planes were like connected to each other and flying like that. I heard something about that. Let's see. Dab, I love this community. That's awesome. Wise, what do you think of Palm Court? I'm not sure what that is, Wise. I'm not sure what that is. Nomad, hey, Sam, where do you get your models? Also, do you paint them yourself? I get them all from Titanic Honor and Glory. Every single one of these models came from the Titanic Honor and Glory store, and they are awesome and extremely detailed, 3D printed. But be warned, you can get them gray or 3D printed. If you get them 3D printed, they have a very long order time, like a very long wait to get them. I ordered some models 2 years ago, still haven't gotten them yet. So just be warned that if you order anything through them, it's going to be a long wait. So they're awesome. They're incredibly detailed, but they take forever to ship. Let's see. Another super chat from Tana, $10. Thank you so much. Hey, Sam, love your videos. What do you think happened to the logbook of the Titanic? As far as I know, it wasn't saved. I'm not familiar of any officers claiming that they took it. The last official record or note that I know of it was that they noted the time of the iceberg impact in the ship's log. But, you know, that's very interesting. I wonder what happens to that, because there would have been two logbooks. There would have been the scrap log and then the main log. And, well, hang on a second. Was the main log kept on the ship, or was it copied over later? And then was it the scrap log that all they had on board? I'm not sure. But I know that there's an official log and a scrap log, and the scrap log is what they doodle in, and then the official log is for the records. And you see, that's what's creepy about the Californian story. The Californian, the supposed mystery ship, that scrap log disappeared. That scrap log was thrown out or thrown away. And then the official log was written out, and they were like, oh, yeah, we were nowhere near Titanic. But the scrap log was thrown overboard or something like that. So that's... Listen, the Californian crew, while I will say that they were just guilty of not doing enough, they really didn't look good, especially with them throwing the scrap log away. So as far as I know, I really don't know what happened to the logbook. I assume it went down with the ship. Second Officer Charles Lightoller, if I hear that's going on the list one more time, I'm going to lose it. It's on the list. You guys know me. You know I'm a jokester. Ballistic, Among Us. I love that game. Maritime history. I'm currently working on a video of the Oceanus. You should talk to Jesse. Jesse Gillette. He did a big video on the Oceanus, and it's quite amazing. He did this full documentary on it. It was really, really cool. Andrew, have you ever heard about the Franklin expedition? It was a disaster in the Antarctica. Antarctica? I'm guessing you're assuming Antarctica. They recently found the ship, and it's perfectly preserved. I did not know that they found the ship, but I've heard a little bit about the Franklin expedition. Antarctica Franklin expedition. When did that happen anyway? Franklin expedition. Was it Antarctica or was it the North? Franklin expedition. Franklin's lost expedition was the British voyage to the Arctic, explored by Sir Captain Young in 1845. But they found the wreck? That I didn't know. Did it sink? I'm assuming it did. I need to do more research into this. Hang on a second. The fate of the ship. Wow, there is so much information on this. Holy crap. Okay, I'm going to have to research this a little bit more. But no, I will look more into that when I get a chance. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good questions. Man, the questions on here are crazy tonight. Ozzy, it's on the list. Let's see. A sinking analysis. Captain Alex, my birthday is on the 27th. Will you do a video of the Oceanus crew, but every time you lose it, do a push-up? Oh, my gosh. So Every time I lose it, I have to do a push-up. You know, that would be just like me doing that video on the Lord of the Rings, where every time Samwise takes a step, the scene, this is the furthest I've ever, if I take one more step, this is the furthest away from home I've ever been. Every time I rage, I have to do a push-up. You know, that whole video would be just me doing push-ups. That's so funny. Nice one, Captain Alex. We got a 5 from Caleb. Thank you so much. Hey, if the Titanic survived, who would have become her captain after Smith retired? I have no idea. I feel like that information would be out there somewhere, but I've never really thought about that, and I haven't come across that either. You know, that's one thing I am curious about that I don't know off the top of my head. Was Captain Smith's last voyage only one way to New York and then he was going to retire, or was he going to captain the Titanic's return voyage? I'd say he would do both. I'd say he would take the Titanic to New York and then captain the ship back to Southampton, and then he retire. I don't think it'd be a one-way trip. But that's a very good question. I really don't know who was supposed to be captain after Smith. Very interesting. I need to look into that. Caleb, great question, bud. Great question. Great. Second officer Lightoller, haha. You know I'm a jokester. Ballistic 2, was Britannic bigger than Titanic? Yes, it was. Let's take my 1/1000 scale Britannic and my 1/1000 scale Titanic, and we can do an exact measurement right here because they match the dimensions exactly in 1/1000 scale. Let's see here. Honestly, they're not that much bigger, but I thought it was a little bit bigger. Hang on. Just barely. They are just barely bigger. Very, very little. So we got the bows lined up. Yeah, just very, very slightly bigger than Titanic, but not much. I'd have to check the exact feet and dimensions, but yeah, they were a little bit bigger. Let's see. Sheck, $5. Hey, what other famous ships has Robert Ballard found? Didn't he discover the Bismarck? I feel like he did. I think he discovered the Bismarck, and there was the Thresher and the Scorpion, but I'm not an expert in all of his history. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but didn't Robert Ballard discover the Bismarck? Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know in the chat. I'm pretty sure he did. Thank you so much for the 5, by the way, Sheck. Let's see. Manchester, Historic Travels. Where can we see the most recent footage of the Titanic wreck? I know that I did see some pictures on Facebook because there was a expedition to it. Bismarck. Okay, fine. Lamp. Lamp. Bismarck. Lamp, is that you? Lamp, are you hiding? Are you in disguise? But I have seen some pictures on Facebook, but I haven't seen them like publicly available, but just some people have posted them. But I'm not exactly sure where all the newest images are. Let's see. Blinding. Hey, Sam, can you do a video on the Bismarck? It's going to happen. I'm going to do a video on the Hood and the Bismarck at the same time. Like talk about that whole battle and everything. Let's see. Sui, could you do a video about what happened to the lookouts aboard the Titanic? Well, there were more lookouts than Frederick Fleet and Reginald Lee. They were just the most famous ones. But yeah, I could talk about something that happened to them and find out what happened. I was thinking about doing a dedicated video on the wireless guys. Excuse me again. But I was thinking about doing a video on them and talking about what happened to them, like how long they were in the Marconi room. I made a video a while back about how they fixed the radio, but I haven't gone into detail about everything they did that night, except in my big 2-hour documentary film. I did do something about that, but yeah, maybe. We'll see what we can do. Oh. These live streams, man, you got to have a drink. Let's see here. William, are there any recent photos of the Andrea Doria? I'm not really sure. I know the Andrea Doria can be kind of a tricky dive. And I'm not sure where the question went, but I did see somebody ask me, be careful about the T. The T is nowhere near my computer. Trust me, I have learned from my past mistakes. Let's see here. Ashley, why was the Olympic staircase green? Well, that happened in 1934 during the retrofit. And the only thing I can think of, and I'm not an expert on this, and I don't know for certain, so just bear with me, but I think that maybe green was trendy at the time. That's the only thing I can think of. That's the only reason that I can think that the staircase was green, is maybe green was a popular trend at the time, and they were like, hey, let's paint the grand staircase green. So, yeah. Hang on, what's this? Andrew, final warning. Get ready, boys. I'm going to paint the whole Olympic class green. No, don't you dare. Second officer Charles Lightower. Oh, no, he's going to rage. No, I'm good. Let's see. King, hey King. I'm a really big fan and I enjoy your content. Keep it up. Thanks so much, King. Matthew, hey Sam, I'm not a huge Titanic guy, but what happened to the wood after the Titanic sank? Because I keep seeing wood from the wreck on eBay, and I'm fairly certain the wood was gone when they found her. Any wood that they found of the Titanic would probably be wood that was left on the surface after the ship went down, like fragments of deck chairs, fragments of the grand staircase, or anything else that kind of broke up. Because what I think happened to the grand staircase is when the grand staircase dome imploded, I think the staircase partially floated up, like floated out, and I also think it broke up as well, because there were fragments of the grand staircase found in the debris field, I believe. And then some of the other Titanic wood may have been parts of deck chairs. I've seen that around. I don't know if there would have been any bits of the Titanic's deck on the surface after the sinking. Maybe some from the pulverized zone. You know, some wooden decks from where the Titanic broke into. Maybe that wood would be on the surface. But as far as I know, no wood has actually been recovered from the Titanic itself. We got another super chat too from Benjamin. Thank you. Would you ever consider doing a video on DB Cooper? You know, I feel like I really should know who that is, and I'm drawing a blank at the moment. Let's see. DB Cooper. DB Cooper is the media used to describe an unidentified man who hijacked a Boeing 727 in the United States between Portland and Seattle on November 20th. DB Cooper. Yeah, I need to look into him a little bit more. Didn't he? So he hijacked an airplane. Did he jump or something? It's been so long since I've looked into him. But yeah, maybe I would do something on him. I just have to refresh my memory about him a little bit. I haven't thought about it in so long. But I will go ahead and add that to the list. Thank you so much, Benjamin. Caleb again, 5. Thank you so much. Hey, do you ever think that you'll set up a separate P.O. box in the far future? Also, this donation is to buy Rosie pig ears and rawhide bones. Thank you so much, Caleb. Yeah, actually, I'm planning to do that pretty soon. People have been asking me to do a P.O. box for a while now, and it's just something I've been meaning to do. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But yeah, that is definitely something that I'm going to do. Thank you so much, Caleb. I think a P.O. box would be very, very cool. Tanya, the only unsolved skyjacking. Okay. I definitely do I know I've heard that name before. I just don't remember anything about it because it's been so long. So he skydived from the plane here. Perhaps Cooper didn't survive his jump from the plane after the parachute he used couldn't be steered. In 1980, a young boy found a rotting package full of $20 bills, $5,800 in all, that matched the ransom money serial numbers. I definitely need to research this a little bit more. This looks really interesting. Let's see. Agent, woohoo! First time I've ever caught the live stream. Agent, you really got lucky because it's about to wrap up. Glad you made it. Also, I just received my long sleeve shirt last week. I love it. Thanks for all the great content, man. Thank you so much, Agent. I really appreciate it. I love it that you guys all like those shirts. You guys know that all those shirts were designed by my sister. You know, she came up with the design and all that stuff. I've tried to draw a little bit, and I can semi-draw, but I'm nowhere near as good of an artist as she is. But thank you. That really means a lot. Ozzy, DB Cooper jumped out of an airplane. Yeah, I saw that. Oh boy, we got some memes here. Brandon, or emojis. SOS. Titanic, explosion, cold water, freezing. Lol. Oh my gosh, Brandon. The story of the Titanic with emojis. Let's see. Gary, if the Titanic bulkheads had gone as high as B deck, might she have survived the iceberg? Yes, because then she would have been in a similar situation to Britannic. Britannic could survive 6 watertight compartments compromised if she didn't move. You know, she had to remain motionless if she had 6 watertight compartments compromised. So, yeah, if the Titanic had hit the berg and it had a watertight bulkhead system similar to Britannic, yes, she could have made it. But what doomed Britannic was that the captain was trying to beach it, so the forward momentum didn't help. And at the same time, the nurses had a bunch of the porthole windows open. So as the Britannic went down, and that's probably why the captain decided to try to beach the ship, because he knew the ship was doomed. So yeah, as the Britannic's bow went down, right around when she got to the point where she was about to stabilize, those porthole windows went open and the sinking just accelerated, you know, so. But yeah, it was a cold night in April, and I highly doubt that many of the porthole windows on Titanic would have been open. So yeah, she would have made it, most likely. Jim, welcome, $10. Thanks so much. Hi, Sam. If you ever had the chance to make an all-expenses paid dive down the Titanic submersible, would you? Absolutely. P.S. When are you in your Discord? Jim, it's completely random, man. I don't have dedicated times that I show up. If I'm the best times to try to contact me Thank you for the 10. But the best times to try to contact me are days that I am filming, because I'm usually at my desk. I'm usually at the computer. I'm usually doing stuff there. On days that I'm not filming, I come and go all the time. You know, I'm in the house for an hour, then I'm gone for 3. I'm in, I'm out. So it's just whenever I happen to look at my computer. Just the evenings are the best time to reach me. Usually after 7:30, 8, 9. That's usually about the times that I pop in and say hello. So it's just, you just got to keep your eye out for me, man. That's the best tip I can get you. That's the best tip that I can give you on when is the best time to try to reach me. So, yeah. But, yeah, I'll probably be on tonight, probably in a couple hours or so. I might pop in and say hello. So, yeah, just keep your eye out, man. But thank you for the 10. Okay, guys, we have hit the 1 hour mark. So I am going to go ahead and begin to wrap up the live stream. I will take a couple more questions before I sign off for the night. Let's see. And then same time next week. Let's see. Tim. To host and all the people. Okay. Let's see. The cutting room floor. Do you think had the White Star Line not received ships as war reparations, they would have built the Titanic and Britannic replacements? Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm sure they would have built something because they would have wanted to get the ships going again. But it would have been a little bit hard pressed, you know, because they take years to build these ships. So I think they would have built them, and it just would have taken more time to do it. Do you guys want to see Rosie before I say goodnight? Do you guys want to see Rosie? Let's see, Max. Sam, where would be the best place to buy Titanic coal? Because I cannot visit museums anymore. Hang on a second. Let's see. Titanic coal. There was a Titanic store. Oh. Literally the first thing I typed in, it pulled it up. Here, if you want Titanic coal, copy and paste. Boom, Titanic coal. All right, let me see what she's doing. Give me a second. I haven't heard from her all evening, so she's probably asleep. 1 second. Rosie. Okay, yep, she's sound asleep. And I see that super chat. I'll get it. I'll get to it. Okay, we are going to find the Rosie. Rosie, your fans want to see you, Rosie. Rosie, say hi to everybody. Rosie. See, now that's a tired girl right there. That is a very, very tired girl. All right, come here, Rosie. Come here. Oh, watch your paw. Don't get your paw stuck. Oh, how's the baby? Say hi to everybody. And you guys might get a kick out of this. This is currently her favorite chew toy. And in case you guys know the YouTube channel, How to Basic. Yes, this is one of his egg plushes. And this is Rosie's favorite chew toy. Ain't that right, Rosie? That's her favorite little toy, is a How To Basic egg plush. Yes, there are egg plushes by How To Basic. Rosie's a baby. Let's kill that line. Boom, there we go. Egg. Yes, I have a How To Basic egg. When he first came up with those, I actually, just as a joke, I ordered a dozen of them, and I used them like I worked at AT&T at the time, and I laid them all around my office just to prank people. And then and I also sent 12 to my brother just for the heck of it, just because it was funny. Egg, 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 egg. Oh, and here comes some more super chats. Of course, as soon as I'm about to sign off. Anastasia 5, thank you so much. Good evening. I'm writing my dissertation on the Titanic aftermath. Love your channel. That's awesome. And make sure you check out my 2-hour Titanic documentary. I tried to be as thorough as I possibly could. And if you need any more information on the Titanic, this book is the Bible on it. I talk about it all the time. This is the best book to get on the Titanic. If you can find a copy, this book is perfect. Good luck on your paper. Good luck, good luck. And 5 from Caleb. Have you heard of the Sean Nelson? In 1995, he stole a tank from the National Guard and went on a rampage down the street. He stole a tank? Hang on. I remember that guy who built a tank thing out of a bulldozer. Hang on, what was his name again? Sean Nelson? Sean Nelson tank. Sean Nelson criminal Wikipedia. Holy cow. He actually, no, I have not heard of this. He was shot. Okay. He stole an M60A3. Okay, I got to research this. Holy crap. How on earth did he steal a tank? Was he a soldier or something? He had to have been a soldier. Holy cow, that's crazy. I will definitely look into that a little bit more, Caleb. Thank you so much for letting me know. That's crazy. Dang on. Thank you, Mr. Skipper. My heart sinks when I hear a 1 hour mark. Time to wrap it up. Well, I do 1 hour live streams and stuff. Just try to keep it fresh. And the thing about live streams that's important with YouTube is just try to keep it like make it a thing. Do a 1 hour show every week. It's something to look forward to. But I've also thought about doing. Before I go, let me ask all of you guys this. What would you guys think about me increasing my live streams a little bit more? So I'm always going to do Sunday night live streams. But I was thinking that on occasion, I may throw in a live stream on Wednesday or Thursday or something, on a night that I don't have anything going on. Should I throw in an extra live stream every now and again? What do you guys think of that? Yes. You guys would like to do that? Yes. Okay. I mean, I don't want to burn myself out. I actually posted that question in my community page a while back. But yeah, I thought, on occasion, I might, if I don't have anything going on, I might throw in a extra live stream or two here and there. So yeah, I'll probably end up doing that. That sounds good. Yeah, maybe, or even yes. All right, guys, that really means a lot. It really means a lot. You guys like my live stream so much. I have a ton of fun. Doing these live streams, and just all the support of all you people make it why I do this. I mean, honestly, if it wasn't for all you guys' support, I could not do this for a job. So thank you guys so much. All right, everybody. Well, hey, I'm going to go ahead and sign off for the night. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you guys so much for all the support. And I may squeeze in another live stream. I may squeeze in okay, I see that super chat. I may squeeze in another live stream before next Sunday. We'll see. Alan 5, thank you so much. What if Olympic and Titanic sunk way before Britannic was launched? I'd say Britannic would still be built. I'd say they would still build the ship, but they would probably have major design changes based on what happened to Olympic and Titanic. It would all depend on how they sink, Good question, by the way. That's a very good question. Because they did do some changes to Britannic after the Titanic disaster. I believe they changed the expansion joint. But yeah, that's what would happen. They would just look at what happened to the Olympic and Titanic and go from there. Anyway, thank you for the 5. Who was that? Alan, thank you so much. And the Titanic videos, when is the Olympic video coming out? I'm shooting for tomorrow evening at the latest Tuesday morning. That's what I'm trying to do, unless something crazy happens, and then we'll go from there. All right, everybody. Well, hey, thank you all so much. And all right, everybody. Well, hey, y'all stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good night, everybody, and thank you all so much for being here.